Last issue, we left off with Wolverine killing Moira McTaggart after giving her all the original information on this superpower sentinel called Nimrod. That's the reason mutants get wiped off the face of the earth. And that issue focused more on Apocalypse's team, though. We still haven't seen what Professor X and his crew are up to, which is what this issue is about. So let's get started. Here we see the artwork for House of X number 3 and a quote from Professor X himself. One liner, very simple. You make me so proud. We open up with a scene on Krakoa, the mutant home island. Remember, Mystique, the red-headed blue mutant, had broken into a facility and stolen files on this sentinel generator called Mother Mold, which is ultimately how this undefeatable mutant killer Nimrod is created and comes online as fully operational. They've uncovered the plans and know what it results in, so they're going in to destroy the Mother Mold to prevent that. Cyclops has assembled his crew and has this moment with Professor X where he picks up on a slight bit of fear in Cyclops and assures him that he won't die, basically because he'll live on forever in the hearts and minds of mutant kind. It's an interesting pep talk, and it seems much more telling than they lead on. But Cyclops gets his team ready to head out and lets them know that they can't take any of the seeds they use to create portals to escape. They have to basically go in and out the old-fashioned way. There's no exceptions. In this next panel, it's explained that the AI for Mother Mold could be so smart that if they use any of their new technology, like the portal seeds, it'll pick up on it and possibly lead it to become more powerful and use these things against them. Then Cyclops is asked about the civilians at this facility they're headed to and what will happen with them. Cyclops is of the approach that they need to destroy the Mother Mold no matter the cost or collateral damage. The rest of the team reminds him that they're only scientists being put up to the work, not soldiers. He's not really buying it. We cut to this next scene in a place called Project Achilles, basically a mutant prison for the worst of the worst, and we see inside a courtroom where only one case is being heard today of a mutant with multiple felony charges, and his lawyers trying to get a motion to dismiss the case, which the judge denies and asks for the client's plea. In this next frame, it's revealed the defendant is Sabretooth, who at the beginning of our story was captured during Mystique's raid of that government office building in search of the Nimrod files. Fantastic Four had stepped in and captured him, and they had that little verbal confrontation with Cyclops, who was asking them to let him go because he had amnesty. They refused. Well, Sabretooth straight up pleads guilty to everything and tells the judge it doesn't matter anyway because there's never been a jail that could keep him locked up. He catches a whiff of perfume, which he recognizes immediately, and he tells his lawyer to basically beat it. In walks Emma Frost, a well-known X-Men character who's a powerful telepath. She tells the judge that Sabretooth has to be released because every mutant from Krakoa has immunity. The judge is not happy. Emma lets him know that they don't answer to them anymore. Emma also tells them that mutants will no longer be judged through the human court system, and the agent that brought him in and is prosecuting him draws her weapon and is refusing to let things go down like that. Emma basically tells her that with a thought, she could destroy her in an instant, but would prefer if they could agree to disagree and to do as she requests, and they go their separate ways. Emma wins, and Sabretooth is escorted out of the facility. We cut to the X-Men arriving at the location of the Mother Mold, called the Orcus Forge. And inside, we see one of the scientists, Dr. Gregor, with Karima, an Omega-level Sentinel, which is the level right before you become Nimrod. Omega-level Sentinels are still half human, half robot. They're discussing the risks of the Mother Mold and how if things go wrong, the entire galaxy would be filled with mutant-hunting Sentinel machines. Dr. Gregor is alerted that they have intruders, and by the looks of the ship, they confirm it to be the X-Men. Dr. Gregor can't believe their location has been figured out. And from the sound of the conversation, it seems like the gentleman on the other side of the radio is her husband. And he's letting her know that they must be there to destroy the mother mold and that they have no way of preventing them from landing and breaching the vessel. The best they can do is hold them off. So Karima, the Omega Sentinel, suggests that they should call all the Sentinels in orbit back to the Orcus Forge to help fight the X-Men. Dr. Gregor's husband explains that they have already been called, but are too far away to make it in time. He tells them not to worry, though, that they'll fight them off themselves. On the X-Jet, the team is letting Nightcrawler know, who has the power to teleport, that he needs to pop into the forge and confirm that their blueprints of the mother mold are correct. They basically plan on releasing the latches holding the mother mold AI robot in place and destroying it that way. Nightcrawler pops in and instantly recognizes Karima, the Omega Sentinel. She's not happy to see him there. Karima then alerts Dr. Gregor of their plans to go after the Mother Mold's control collars. The soldiers know the X-Men have to dock in order to breach the vessel, so the plan is to hold them off until the other Sentinels arrive. And Karima lets her know that they have to get a little more creative than that. We see the X-Men dock their ship and begin to breach the vessel. And that's when we see Dr. Gregor's husband notice the breach and head into a different section of the ship. He radios Dr. Gregor from a location where he explains to her that if they breach, it'll give them access to the entire ship, which means that they have the entire layout of the ship if they know that. So the only way to stop them at this point is through drastic measures. Dr. Gregor starts freaking out, asking him what he plans on doing. He tells her that he's doing what needs to be done, and we see him put together some sort of C4 explosive, and he tells her, hey, I really wish we'd had kids together, and tells her to be strong and to not let them win as he clicks the detonator. Boom. Huge explosion. The X-Jet explodes along with the entire team of X-Men inside. What an incredible cliffhanger ending to this chapter. The issue ends with a quote from Magneto from the beginning of the issue, right as Cyclops is about to head out with the team. For you to die, you would have to be forgotten, and no one forgets the founder of a nation. Does this mean Cyclops is dead already in issue 3? Is the entire crew that was on the X-Jet dead from the explosion? Who can survive something like that? Maybe Wolverine, since he has healing powers, but the likelihood of anyone else surviving that blast is slim. How are Professor X and Magneto going to react? And how does this tie in with his plans with Moira to defeat Nimrod once and for all? What does it mean for the Mother Mold mission? Did they fail? We'll have to find out next week when House of X number 4 is released. My song recommendation for this issue is a song called Passenger by the Deftones. It's off of their album White Pony. I just feel the ebb and flow of the song matches this particular issue very well. I'd like to thank everyone that's been supporting us on Facebook and Instagram at The Last Comic Book Standing, and on Twitter at TLCBS Podcast. Also, remember, if you have any suggestions for the show, you can email us at thelastcomicbookstanding@gmail.com. Let's see what happens next week. House of X number 4 is coming out, and I hope to see you guys tuning in. Take care.